Okay. I'm just trying to make sure that we're live here. We ran into a little bit of technical difficulties. Looks like we are. There's the sounds off, sounds on. There is sound coming through here. Yep. I heard the... Oh, that's me. Okay. Bear with me 1 second because I'm just going to double check the other feeds. We're going to get to Iran updates. We got some more crazy stuff going on. Alright, that's Rumble. Rumble seems okay. YouTube. Excuse me. All right. Looks like we're live streaming on everything. We're good. Okay, so let's get to some of the Iran updates. First, we've got 3 American pilots that ended up getting shot down over Kuwait. It was friendly fire. All 3 pilots ended up surviving. You've been hearing this feel-good story about how the Kuwaitis ran up and they were like, how can we help? Oh, my God. It didn't start that way. It started with when the pilots were on the ground, and one of them, you'll see the female pilot, they end up getting approached by the Kuwaitis, and the Kuwaitis have weapons. And because they think it's an Iranian pilot. So they run up about ready to assault all of these pilots, and this one female pilot in particular, until she's getting down on one knee, identifying herself as an American, and then some people come up and offer her help and offer her a ride to the nearest base or something so she can get back to where she came from. But here's some of the video of the F-15s getting hit, getting taken down in...
This morning,
Kuwaiti
3
space.
American fighter jets crashing in Kuwait. U.S. officials saying the crews all survived and that the jets were mistakenly shot down by Kuwaiti air defenses in a friendly fire incident during active combat with Iran. It is also in Kuwait where the United States suffered its first casualties in this rapidly expanding war. 2 U.S. officials telling NBC News yesterday that at least 3 American service members were killed and 5 seriously wounded by an Iranian attack. President Trump acknowledged the deaths and said the war would continue until all
morale
its objectives
improves.
are achieved.
We pray for the full recovery of the wounded and send our immense love and eternal gratitude to the families of the fallen. And sadly, there will likely be more. Before it ends, that's the way it is.
Israel and the United States are
That's the
pounding
way it is.
around the clock.
Some of you may
targeting its
die,
military and leadership,
but it's a
killing
price
Iran's supreme
I'm
leader,
willing to pay.
Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. The Pentagon saying
not
the US
great
so far
wording.
has hit around 1,000 targets. And there are civilian casualties. Iran says more than 100 were killed in a strike on a girls' school in Iran. The U.S. military says it's
By the way, I did an update on the school hit already. It was an Iranian missile that ended up hitting that school and killing all those young girls. It was a malfunctioning missile from Iran. It wasn't U.S. or Israeli forces.
looking into the report. And in Israel, at least 9 people were killed by an Iranian ballistic missile in the town of Beit Shemesh, outside of Jerusalem. Iran is firing at Israel and across the Middle East.
That's shots of Jerusalem and Israel.
Qatar and the United Arab Emirates among the countries that reported new attacks just this morning. An oil tanker set on fire off the coast of Oman.
Yeah, so so the oil tanker was hit by, at least if this is the one they're referencing, this oil tanker was hit by a drone boat. So an unmanned boat being controlled by Iran ended up ramming into the tanker, killing the captain at least, or someone on there and seriously damaging it. In addition, Iraq seems to be joining this fight a little bit on the side of Iran, or at least Iraqi rebels, if it isn't officially the government. So Iran has been firing at tankers through the Strait of Hormuz right here, as you can see. So you've got I'll zoom out a little bit right here. You've got Iran, you've got Oman, you've got Qatar and Dubai here, Yemen, and this is the Strait of Hormuz that you keep hearing so much about. So here's your Indian Ocean access for all of the tankers to get in, and they come in through here. And as you can see, the Euro Viking is on their way right now. This is their transponder. They're coming from Caraco. Their last update was roughly 3 hours ago. They're on their way, likely to Dubai. As you can see, there's a cluster of tankers already here. The Bright Gold is an oil products tanker. They're from Panama. You've got another one right here. Another one that seems like it's docked or pretty much waiting to dock at Dubai. This is from Liberia. So Iran has been trying to close the Strait of Hormuz. So it's right here. I think the primary attacks are coming at this elbow right here before they clear back into open ocean again to get to Dubai or the United Arab Emirates. So Iran has been trying to hit tankers here. Iraq has been trying to hit tankers along this. Because let's get Iraq here. Where are you? Hello. Why will it show me some places? It's like, no, I'm not going to fucking show you where I am. I don't fucking care. I won't cooperate. No. Both countries have been trying to slow trade and oil coming through here. Now, the majority, if not all, of the Iranian fleet has been sunk at this point. And in addition to that, a base in or around the area of Bandar Abbas has been destroyed by U.S. forces. So you got another tanker right here, or it's a yacht. Excuse me. It's from the Cayman Islands. So imagine taking your personal yacht into a war zone. What are you doing? It updated 14. The last port was Dubai, so they went to go chill at Dubai. They're like, I don't fucking care that there's a war. I'm going to get model whores in Dubai, and nothing is going to stop me. But, okay, this fucking guy's in his yacht, and he doesn't, the Aqua Marina, and he doesn't give a fuck. He's going to the port of Rashid. He's estimated to arrive October 9th. And he had a yard call at Dubai. The fucking rich don't give me. He's probably got a rocket launcher on his ship or something, so he don't give a fuck. But anyway, the Iraqis, or at least the Iraqi rebels, and Iran have been hitting tankers. I think President Trump is trying to keep that area clear so it doesn't affect oil transportation and it doesn't affect business. So it looks like the Iranians wanted to close the Strait of Hormuz, and it looks like the Americans are keeping it open. We are keeping it open at this time.
And now the pro-Iranian militant group Hezbollah has joined the war as well, firing rockets overnight from Lebanon into northern Israel. Israel returning fire, killing several dozen people.
So in addition to that, Hezbollah in Lebanon ended up firing missiles at the British base in Cyprus. That's what started that back and forth, and what kind of drew Britain into the war a little bit, at least as a support effort. So originally Britain was saying, no, you can't use any of our bases to launch U.S. attacks from. Then after they were attacked in Cyprus, they changed their mind and they said, okay, fine, you can use our bases. So they're cooperating.
According to Lebanon's health ministry. And there are some emerging signs that this conflict could spiral out of control. In Baghdad yesterday, and Iran has tremendous amount of influence in Iraq. Large pro-Iranian crowds tried to storm the so-called Green Zone and swarm the U.S. Embassy. Craig?
Our Chief Foreign Correspondent Richard Ingleforth there in Israel. Richard, thank you.
Hey, thanks for watching.
Shut up, you fucking imp. Okay, so here's some video of the American pilot, this one of the women that was shot down in the F-15, being confronted initially by the Kuwaitis. See, they're threatening to hit her with a pipe. Another guy had a gun as well. Okay, this is, I don't know if this is the woman, this is at least one of the guys. He's saying, stop, American, I'm not Iranian, I'm American.
You're fine? Really? You need something to help you?
So this is so maybe the guy, I guess the guy got the bad greeting and the woman got the better greeting, I suppose, because here she is. She has a couple Kuwaitis approaching her, but they're asking her if she's safe. Oh my God! Women are falling from the sky! Praise Allah! So they're running over. How can we help? I own the Mercedes.
No problem. You're safe.
No problem.
You're safe. You're safe.
I am good husband. No problem.
No problem. Thank you for helping us. Everything going perfect?
You need new plane, Habibi? I own two. Pick one. You fly back. I fly you. We go on vacation. So this is one of the planes going down. It's taking a hit. You can see kind of a fire in the rear. So anti-aircraft guns or something must have hit a shot on it. So one, it's concerning that maybe not an ally, but somebody who was working with us against Iran shot down one of our planes, and how did that mistake happen? And the second one is, how did 3 of our planes get shot down over friendly skies? And more to that point, because that's kind of redundant because I addressed it in the first one, but more to that point, how did all 3 of you get shot down in general? Let's say you were flying over unfriendly territory, enemy territory. How did all 3 of you manage to get shot down? 3 F-15s. I know those are older gen planes. But how, I could see 1 or 2 maybe getting clipped. Now, they were taken by surprise, right? You're flying over Kuwait. This is supposed to be friendly, green territory, so you're not worried about taking flak. But, warning sirens start going off. You're under fire. You're taking evasive, and all 3 of them got taken out. So, the investigation needs to happen. We need to know what happened. Was this a case of being taken by surprise? Or, was it pilot error, or was it machine malfunction, or a combination of multiples? The investigation is going to have to figure out what that is. So, okay. Now, before I get to this, because you remember the drone situation over New Jersey, I'm going to tie this into the war right now, because there's a point to be made. First, I want to acknowledge here that 6 U.S. service members have been killed in Iranian strikes in Kuwait, the Pentagon says. 6 American service members have been killed and 4 others have been seriously wounded during Operation Epic Fury, the joint U.S. Let me clear this black screen a little bit here. The U.S. joint Israeli military operation against Iran, U.S. Central Command said Monday. U.S. forces recently recovered the remains of 2 previously unaccounted-for service members from a facility that was struck during Iran's initial attacks in the region, CENTCOM said. Major combat operations continue. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said the deadly incident happened when an incoming munition hit a tactical operations center in Kuwait. CENTCOM initially reported Sunday that 3 service members were killed and then announced earlier Monday the other had died of their injuries. Now, apparently, where they were at this munitions place, it wasn't heavily defended or hardened against attacks. They were basically hanging out in like a trailer, like a work trailer you might find at a construction site or something like that. So there was no real protection for those service people that were in charge or watching over that area. The 4th service member, who was seriously wounded during Iran's initial attacks, eventually succumbed to their injuries, CENTCOM said in an earlier post on social media. The military said the identities of the fallen would be withheld for 24 hours so next of kin can be notified. That, of course, that makes sense. Meanwhile, 18 U.S. service members have been seriously wounded in Operation Epic Fury as of Monday morning, according to CENTCOM spokesperson Captain Tim Hawkins. In a video message Sunday night, Mr. Trump said he expects there to be more American casualties, but combat operations will continue until all of our objectives are achieved. We pray for the full recovery of the wounded and send our immense love and eternal gratitude to the families of the fallen, he said. And sadly, there will likely be more before it ends. That's the way it is. That's not great wording, especially with people being a little split on attacking Iran in general. U.S. Ambassador to Israel Mike Huckabee offered his condolences to the service members killed and the others injured, saying on X, may their memory all be a blessing. The U.S. and Israel launched a massive military operation early Saturday in Iran, including striking Iran's leader, the Ayatollah of rock and rolla. So my thoughts go out to them and their families. I'm thankful for their service, but the political ramifications are basically going to be this. I think a fair amount of Americans are generally in favor of this as long as American lives aren't being lost. So, you're in planes flying over areas, dropping bombs. You're on the ships firing from the sea. Is there still a measure of danger to everything you're doing? Yes, but it's significantly reduced compared to boots on the ground in situations like that. Now, all of these people that have been hurt haven't been directly involved in Operation Epic Fury. They have been hit as a result of it. So as soon as us and Israel launched our attacks on Iran, Iran started firing basically on everybody in the surrounding area in the Middle East, including hitting Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, where some of these bases were. There was an American base, I think, in the naval base in the UAE that was hit. The British base in Cyprus, a French base in Dubai was hit as well. So they've been indiscriminately kind of firing at multiple targets, and that's where these service people were killed. So they weren't killed. They were killed directly as a result of Operation Epic Fury, and also not. So either way, it's splitting hairs when you're having that argument, and the point being, we're now officially losing Americans in the early set of this conflict, and that's going to end up turning American sentiment against the action that we're taking, because we have to see. I can see from my standpoint of doing this stuff and doing politics that yes, there is a benefit to having a stabilized Iran in the Middle East that doesn't have a terroristic regime running it. That's a benefit not only to the United States globally, but the rest of the world and all the other countries as well. But not so much so that it's we're losing or we'll start to lose a significant amount of American lives. Now, the Trump administration has said they're not ruling out boots on the ground, when normally they're very clear that there's not going to be boots on the ground in an operation. Like Venezuela, I mean, technically there was the strike team that went down, but there were 0 casualties. This time you're seeing that with the potential for more. So we have 6, and this operation is supposed to go on for at least a month, they claim. So how much more will that escalate of the 6? That's going to turn sentiment in the United States. It's going to end up turning it slowly against the Trump administration. For anyone that was in favor of it, they're going to have a problem with it as it moves forward. And the Democrats are going to take this ball, and they're absolutely going to run with it. They are going to use this in the midterms. They are going to say that Trump got people killed, and the Republicans are warmongers that got people killed. They never would have gone into Iraq and yada yada. And it's going to be a hit for the Republican Party if this situation doesn't end in something that you can claim as victory. It's going to be a problem. Obviously, the lives being lost are horrible, but it's going to be more so as far as the political ramification side of it within the United States. It's going to be a problem. So we'll have to see how this plays out. They have to keep hitting them hard, and they need to cut the head off this snake quickly. Now, I know that, and I was going to go on to my X, so I have to show this. I'm going to go to, because I wanted to show some of the more recent updates, and then I'm going to get to the drones and that mystery Iran drone carrier. So so this guy's Tony Kennett is making a joke here. Black smoke signals that the College of Mullahs has not reached a decision on the new Ayatollah. So the joke being here that we've already taken out 2 Ayatollahs, the original. A couple hours later, the new one that was voted in, and there's Stickshammer 666. This fucking retard, as a total side note, is like on the run from law enforcement, posting bullshit online. So we just wiped out the Israeli Defense Force just wiped out the entire succession of supreme leaders. Here's some of that. So they were all meeting again. I don't know why these idiots are all getting together and meeting in large groups. Like when you're being targeted, and they're trying to take out your entire meetings and cabals of all of you. Why the fuck I stay in separate places and meet by Zoom call? Why the fuck are you all getting together in one spot again? I mean, that's how we got the Ayatollah and the rest of your crew to begin with. So the camera captures was never been seen. This is the end of the Iranian fleet. So this is like a fleet base that's on fire. I don't think it shows the ships though. Myron Gaines, that fucking leftist grifting faggot. All right, this is their drone ship, and I'm going to be getting to that now. I don't know if that's real video, but the U.S. has sunk the Irish Shahid Bagheri drone carrier. So you remember about hearing about this. This is how I'm going to tie this in. You remember when the drone situation was happening over New Jersey? Everyone was freaking out about the drones. They're everywhere. They're hovering over my house, yada, yada. This is just a brief recap of that.
The headlines, mysterious drone sightings over the skies of New Jersey. The sightings then seemed to vanish just as quickly as they started.
All right, now the White House says they have an explanation for it all, and as Fox 5's Linda Schmidt shows us, it's a simple one.
During the drone panic in New Jersey in November and December, President Trump criticized the Biden administration for keeping the public in suspense about where the drones were coming from. Today, Trump's White House press secretary saying the mystery is solved.
The drones that were flying over New Jersey in large numbers were authorized to be flown by the FAA for research and various other reasons. Numbers were authorized to be
research, and
for
other
research
things. Well,
and various other
things. Those are the questions that people have. We still have no answers.
The mayor of Belleville, New Jersey,
everyone.
disappointed in the latest attempt by the White House to explain the presence of the drones. At one point, the FAA even imposed a temporary ban.
The FAA 3 weeks ago was telling us when they did the ban that they have the authorization to shoot down and use deadly force. Nowhere did they say, oh, by the way, it might be us, or by the way, we do know.
Just come clean with folks. What's going on here?
New Jersey Congressman Josh Gottheimer says now he has even more questions.
I'm writing to the FAA tonight to ask them, what do they mean by research?
So anyway, a brief recap of that, right? On TikTok, everyone was talking about it so much that TikTok started censoring people. Then they turned around and started calling them Dior handbags as code to talk about the drones because they were being... The whole thing turned into a ridiculous thing. The point being that one of the conspiracy theories was that the Iranian drone carrier was just out of kind of radar range or whatever off the East Coast. And it was the Iranian carrier that was sending these drones over the East Coast of the United States. And people were freaking out that the Iranian drone carrier was there. So here is the Iranian, which was not the case, by the way. The drone carrier was never here. Here is the Iranian drone carrier. They took an oil tanker. They converted it into a makeshift aircraft carrier, but planes didn't fly off of it. Only the drones that they made for it. Here is the Iranian drone carrier.
In a ceremony steeped in military pageantry, Iran's Islamic Revolution Guards Corps commissioned this maritime mammoth, the Shahid Bagheri drone carrier multi-mission vessel.
Converting a bulk carrier required completely re-engineering the superstructure. This accomplishment showcases our successful development of the indigenous expertise required to execute such a complex conversion.
What began as a commercial vessel has been transformed through 2 years of intensive retrofitting into what Iranian commanders now call a floating fortress of drones.
Referring to this vessel as merely a drone carrier would be an understatement, as it serves a much broader role as a mobile command center that extends Iran's military presence into international waters. This versatile vessel is fully capable of conducting a wide array of military operations, which are not limited to deploying and operating aircraft.
Featuring a 180-meter flight deck, the state-of-the-art warship is capable of deploying multiple drone squadrons, helicopters, and missile systems, making it a significant addition to Iran's naval fleet.
The warship is already equipped with some of Iran's most recently unveiled military hardware, including this new drone, the JAS 313.
This latest iteration of the Qaher-class stealth drones, the JAS 313, is Iran's most advanced drone yet, accompanied on board by the Ababil and Mohajer reconnaissance drones. But that is not all.
Our adversaries will be compelled to reassess our deterrence capabilities. They must recognize that miscalculations on their part could have severe consequences.
This didn't age well.
This vessel is just a small part of our overall military strength.
The timing is no coincidence. Coming on the anniversary of the 1979 Islamic Revolution, this commissioning sends a clear message of military self-sufficiency.
But probably the most important capability of Shahid Bagheri is that it can remain at sea for an extended period of up to a year, a feature that makes it a game changer for the Iranian armed forces.
And from this flight deck in the Strait of Hormuz, Iran's naval ambitions have taken a wing.
So yes, it can stay out for an extended period of time. In fact, that extended period of time has been extended indefinitely, if that's real video of the drone carrier sinking. I have confirmed at this point that the mystery Iraqi drone carrier has been sunk by U.S. forces. It has been completely destroyed. It's possible that that video there is a slow time reaction from a U.S. warship that that thing is sinking. So the mystery drone carrier in Iran that is supposed to change the war for them will have an extended sea time. It's at the bottom of the ocean. So there you go. That's some of the updates I have for you today. Fighting is ongoing between Iran, U.S. and Israeli forces. A fair amount of it ends up happening in the evening, and I'm at work, so I'm not able to cover that because there is some fighting and missile firing in the daytime, but nighttime plane sorties are being kind of primarily focused at night, where they're using the cover of darkness to their advantage. So you'll see as the evening comes on, IDF fighter planes flying sorties, American fighter planes fighting sorties as well, and they're much more in the evening. And then it slows down or kind of comes to a stop as daylight approaches, and everyone kind of, recovers from what happened and then reconnoiters and then gets back to it again. But so I'm sure there's more that's happening today. This is everything that I can do for right now, and I have to get ready for work. And I will be, thank you for the likes, the supports, new followers that are coming onto the show. I really appreciate it. Help me grow the show. Help me get out there. You got these fake conservative shows that are out there, the Candace Owens and these Owen Schroyers and these fucking other ones. I've put up a list of all these fucking people that the Quartering and all of these other fake MAGA grifters that are just in it to make money off the people and not actually provide you anything real. I'm actually trying to do that and bring you real shit and just have real talk about what's going on. Milo Yabadabadopoulos, this fucking fag, who's pretending he's straight now. So, follow real podcasters, real small people like myself that are trying to grow a page. That money isn't twisted me into bullshitting you. It's you're getting the real deal. These other ones have become too big. They have to follow the general grift that they're getting their marching orders to, and that's the slop that you get served when you're watching their shows. Don't fall for all that stuff. All right. Thanks everyone. I appreciate the support, and I'll talk to you again soon.